Hello everyone and welcome to another Timeless video. So today we're going to be taking a look at a deck from the real Dem. This deck put in quite a bit of the result in the arena ladder, all the way up to number 3. Which is pretty impressive because at a glance, like it seems like it's not going to do too well versus an energy deck. But let's actually take a look at what is going on in this deck. So I did a similar deck to this before in an Orjab color, but here we're splashing a green source for the Birthing Ritual and the Renegade Rallier, which is pretty sick because you can go Birthing Ritual. If you hit the Rallier, get back a dedicated doll from the graveyard of the battlefield, and then do that again, blinking the Rallier, and then get back another card from the graveyard onto the battlefield. So all of a sudden, a singular Birthing Ritual into Rallier put in 4 bodies onto the battlefield, just like that. Another strong interaction this deck has is this deck is playing 4 Cups of Solitude and 4 Cups of Grief with some copies of Ephemerate. I'm not really sure what the reasoning behind only playing 3 copies of Ephemerate, since the entire deck does have Enter the Battle effect trigger. So playing only 3 copies of Ephemerate doesn't really make sense, but I'm gonna go with it. And the last powerful interaction the deck has is the Balemurk plus the dedicated Dollmaker. I'm actually playing 2 more copies of Felia in the deck. This deck actually didn't have any Felia, and the cards that I went down are a copy of a Juggernaut Peddler and a copy of a dedicated Dollmaker. The reason for this change is having more than 3 copies of Dollmaker can be a little bit fickle. You might get into some situations where you're not going to have a target to blink. Versus Felia, not only can you play around the counter spells because it has flash, but it can also blink multiple times, right? That's the only change I made, playing 2 copies of Felia. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Timeless episode 3 to show you guys what that does. So let's hop on over. Alright, let's try this deck out. I believe this is a mulligan. I don't like it. But it's definitely a hand. Okay. Okay, so this is this is a Belcher deck. I'm gonna run this Orcish Bowmaster out. Currently, we do have a little bit of a problem. Yeah, we do have a little bit of a problem. I was really hoping for a Grief. So I can Solitude here. Like, I'll Solitude, get rid of both of these, and then, you know, Grief, you know? Something like that. The thing is, if they have Mana Drain, they can go Show and Tell for 3, and then they'll have 2 mana left over. No, but if they play a land, then they have 6 mana, which is perfect for Show and Tell plus Belcher combo. But if they have a Belcher, I feel like I just kind of lose anyways. I think I just need to make some plays. Yeah, if they have a Belcher, they win anyways, so Wow, I'm actually very surprised that landed. Okay. Yeah, I'm very surprised. So that means they don't have a mana drain in hand, and all they got is a Flare of Denial. Which means we have a chance. We currently do have a chance. Oh, it's a one ring. So they have Flare of Denial. Let's say I Solitude the Philology Archaeologist here. 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. 12 from ring. 13. Maybe that's actually worth it. I'm gonna save the Ephemerate for the Witch Enchanter. Isn't that a win? Okay. Close one. Close one. The Witch Enchanter was very clutch. So my list is very slightly different. I have one less Juggernaut. We're gonna need some Haywire Mites. And 4 Archons. And Flute. Bowmaster out. Solitude out. You know, Skyclave is kind of actually good, like showing Rallier and the Dollmaker. Yeah, let's go. Skyclave can be good if they show and tell. And then they don't put a Omniscience down. Is his hand good? I like the fact that we have a Witch Enchanter, but that's really about it. We don't need another Ephemerate. Some of these decks play like Stifle, which is like slightly concerning. I hope they don't have a Flare of Denial. Speaking of a Flare of Denial. I'll just run this out to get the Flare of Denial out. Kinda want to just put the Archon down. I was kind of worried that they might have another Flare of Denial, but looks like they don't. That's really nice. Really? Well, the One Ring is definitely annoying. Jawari is also annoying. Omniscience or One Ring? I think it has to be Omniscience. Because they have a sync to Stupor. Am I playing Birthing Ritual? Or holding up Ephemerate? I mean, I could just Ephemerate here. That's probably for the best. Okay, nice. I shouldn't have kept this hand, by the way. That's really annoying. That is really annoying. Guess I should have just Birthing Ritualed. Also, I don't know why I Juggernaut, like, gave myself a Juggernaut. Let's just hope that they don't have another Veil of Summer. Otherwise, that would be pretty bad for me. I'm gonna Ephemerate on opponent's turn. Or not. Guess I'm just gonna Ephemerate now then. Dig through time. So I'm taking a Seek New Knowledge. Yeah, I don't know why no, put a Juggernaut there. I would have another Solitude. So they have a Demonic Tutor. they want to top dig through time, then that's fine. Ooh. Let's get that out of the way. Did they draw another Veil of Summer? Lucky. Lucky. Okay. It's pretty good. I think I just exiled the Grieve. If they want to block the Juggernaut, then that's fine. Show and tell. Let us get a Balemurk. Maybe I should have went Felia. Okay, game 2. Okay, we're gonna want Peddler, 2 Haywire Might, 4 Archons, 2 Flutes. Bowmaster is kind of nice. Go down on the Dollmaker. Skyclave out. Solitude kind of out. Rallier kind of out. I do really like Bowmaster against decks that have like show and tell decks that play mana drain. But sure. Because I want to be able to like flash in creatures on opponent's turn. Okay, this hand looks okay. I think opponent was hard mulliganing for potentially Leylamp Sanctity. A flute. I think I want a grief here. Because I want to go birthing ritual. Let's get rid of a show and tell. Okay, feels bad. Yeah, because we also went down on some 2-minute cards. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we go Disruptor Flute because if they have a mana drain and counter this, it's a pretty bad time. This is not gonna work with Ritual anyway, so... Okay, there's that Felia. And I think here we go... Let them grab first, and then we're going to Disruptor Flute. By the way, double show and tell already gone, so... Might be a bit hard for them to get another show and tell. That is very nice, isn't it? Let's go Grief. And let's put an Archon down. They didn't have a counter spell last turn. Felia's so good with the Archon. We don't want to play anything because we want to have some Haywire Might mana. I guess we decline. Okay, fine. So they're gonna show and tell, put the Aatroxa down. Let's put a Grief down on the battlefield. Calling Ritual. Only man value 2 or less. They got another Veil of Summer, which is kind of annoying. Beautiful. Wait, if I didn't exile the Archon, we could have just won. Whoops. Whoops. I guess we want to get rid of all the, like, 2-mana cards because they have that card, Calling Ritual. Yep. Yeah, we should have just attacked with all, like, I didn't even count, by the way. So Calling Ritual will give them 2 mana? Which is fine. They're just gonna lose here. All right. That was a slaughter. This is what okay. I feel like the 3 copies of Ephemery just doesn't make sense in the deck. Like just look at all the cards that you can blink. Like, I feel like just 3 copies of Ephemery just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense, but yeah. Honestly, I'm not really sure if skipping here... Polluted Delta? Is it another show and tell deck? Like, what is going on? Everybody's just playing, like, on show and tell today? That's crazy. Everybody's on show and tell today. Brainstorm. Yeah, it's a show and tell. It's a show and tell. No way. Aw, that sucks. It's a variant that's playing Dark Ritual, so they're not gonna have a counter spell. I mean, good to know. You know, good to know. No, they play Mana Drain. No, they're playing Mana Drain. How do they fit it in? Even Leyline. My mind is blown. What? How do they fit all those in? I'm so confused. Yeah, I'm so confused right now. But what can you do? Not only did they have a Leyline, but they had Veil of Summer and Dark Ritual and had Tutor Spell. Like, how does that even work? Right? How does that even work? I'm not sure if I'm gonna be playing the Witch Enchanter, but we'll see. And they have a Mana Drain. Like, how did they fit all these in? Are they not playing 60 card? 53? 57. Yeah, I don't get it. Feel like I need to get Deathray Shaman here. I'm hoping they tap out. Nice. Can I get a white mana? Okay, this is a little bit I could get rid of a Juggernaut Peddler. Yeah, I think we exiled that because we have Ephemerate. And then we Deathray Shaman, get a green source. So probably get rid of a... This is all 3-mana card. Okay, so get rid of Brainstorm for sure. And then get rid of a Show and Tell. Play the Deathray Shaman and pass. Okay. Oh wow. That's pretty crazy. Even if they get Show and Tell here, it doesn't do anything, so I'm just gonna play this out. Did they play a Leyline of Sanctity? I think they might actually hard mulligan for that. Yikes. Well, I really don't want to get rid of this Overlord. Man. Do we have to? Do we have to? I think we have to. Yeah, unfortunate. That is a really good set of cars, isn't it? Wow. Hmm. Okay. So they're gonna recoup back some cars with the dig through time. That's really good. Wow. Wait, why did they do that when I have a Haywire Might? Yeah, I don't actually understand why they did that. They knew we had a Haywire Might. Yeah, I'm kind of confused. Why did they do that? Because they had a shifting woodland. That still doesn't kind of make sense. Deathrise Shaman. Okay, they're gone. Yeah, this deck is very good against these kind of decks. Alright, guys. So we dropped one game to a Mardu Energy that was playing 4 copies of One Ring. So the reason why we lost that one was because I'm not really sure if I'm actually gonna show that match because the game took over 50 minutes and I lost because of time. And the reason why it took so much time was because obviously this deck has way too many like choices that you can make. Plus, for the first 2 games, I was only playing with 2 lands and I didn't even have the colors as well. So the first 2 games took way too long because there were so many lines despite only having 2 lands. So my options were stifled plus I was stuck on lands and the games took like 20 minutes long each. And the games took extra long because they played 4 One Ring so they could stall, right? Buying more time, stalling more times, and that means I have to make more choices. So that's how we lost. We actually lost the time because opponent played 1 ring after 1 ring after 1 ring. So this deck takes way too long. I'm just gonna be real with you. This deck takes way too long to play. I actually find that a lot of the times I lose to time are actually due to energy decks with 4 cups, 1 ring. Because with Flage and 1 ring, they just stall so long, and at the same time, when you're playing a deck with Solitude, and they're also gaining life with Guide of Souls and Flage at the same time, the games just take way too long. I think the Mardu energy matchup is actually fine, but yeah, this deck is pretty cool. One thing I changed is I added 2 copies of Felia. I think Juggernaut Peddler is super overvalued, so I went down on a copy of Peddler because we already play 4 copies of Grieve, and I went up on 2 copies of Felia because 4 copies of dedicated Dollmaker is a bit much. I played with the Dollmaker before with Balemurk, and what ends up happening is when you have way too many Dollmakers is sometimes you actually don't have any targets anymore. And I actually really like Felia because this can actually blink multiple times compared to Dollmaker. Dollmaker can only blink once. So I kind of like Felia a lot. Another thing you could do instead of Felia, you could play 2 copies of Emperor Bones instead of Ophelia. Like, we don't have any combo piece like Ulabog and stuff like that, but you can return a lot of Enter the Battle effect triggers like Balemurk, Solitude, things like that. So yeah, I mean, I played a similar deck to this before. It was Orzhov. We didn't have a Renegade Rallier. Renegade Rallier is kind of sick because you can go Rallier into Dollmaker into blinking this over again, and then bring back like Orcish Bowmaster and a single birthing ritual to a Renegade Rallier, put 4 bodies onto the battlefield. You could also, like, you know, get back Juggernaut Peddlers as well, things like that. One thing that's kind of strange for me is the fact that this deck only plays 3 copies of Ephemerate. I feel like 4 copies of Ephemerate, it should be a thing. Like, when you're playing 8 copies of Elementals, does this make sense? I feel like it doesn't. The turn 1 start with the Ephemerate Grief is just game winning. To the point where I feel like this doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm willing to like even go down on Ophelia just to have 4 cups of Ephemerate. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like, look, like even just bouncing Juggernaut, Dedicated Dollmaker, Orcish Bowmaster, Renegade Rallier, Skyclave Apparition, Grief, like this. Okay, maybe not the Balemurk, but I don't know. Not playing 4th copy of Ephemerate kind of weird, but I'll respect their decision in putting only 3 copies of it. But aside from that, like, I really like the main board quite a bit. The sideboard was also pretty good as well. I respect the decision not to include Vexing Bauble because you play Archons and a lot of enchantment removals. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. This is a pretty nice deck. I do think this deck's matchup against energy is pretty poor, especially if they go Ajani into Goblin Bombardment early. That is a recipe for disaster, unless you have like exactly Solitude plus Ephemerate, but even then, it might be a little bit hard. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.